Lesbian Erotica, 10 First-Time Stories, Lesbian Collection. Written by Laura Vixen. Narrated by TK Love. A Barmaid's Back Alley Spanking. Kelly felt the slight thumping in her head and, not for the first time that evening, wished she hadn't gone out the night before. One drink with a friend had led to another, then another, and she wasn't even sure what time she'd got home to her apartment. She'd woken from a drunken slumber around midday and spent the next couple of hours drinking water and coffee in an attempt to rid herself of a hangover. It was generally her rule not to go on a night out when she was working the following day, and she cursed herself for doing it. A 3 o'clock start in the afternoon meant she was still feeling the effects of the alcohol in her system when she arrived for her shift at the Bullion Bar, and there was only saving grace. It was Monday, and that meant the place hadn't been busy as the hours ticked past. A glance at her watch showed it was now almost 10:30 in the evening. That meant there were only 30 more minutes of her 8-hour stint to go, and she was glad of that. "How's it been tonight?" Kelly turned to the sight of her replacement coming through the door behind the counter. "Usual Monday," she replied. "It's been pretty quiet." "Sounds like the graveyard shift is going to be fun for me, then," Haley replied and rolled her eyes. "Yeah, I hope you brought something to read," Kelly joked. "College coursework," Haley said and laughed. "The boss doesn't mind me doing it if things aren't busy, and they never are on a Monday." The sound of the door opening stopped Kelly from saying any more, and she glanced across the bar to the sight of a vision of perfection walking in the place. The blonde-haired girl's figure was stunning, and the tight blouse and skirt really put it on show. "Do you want me to serve her?" Haley asked in a quiet voice. "No, it's fine," Kelly replied quickly, without looking away from the approaching customer. "I'll stay on top of things until 11 and you can take over properly then." "Okay, no problem," Haley said. Kelly finally averted her gaze so as not to stare too openly at the beautiful girl walking up to the counter. Her tiredness was suddenly gone, and she felt the stirring of interest growing stronger by the second. That was hardly unusual. She had a thing about blondes, and the one she was about to speak to was truly gorgeous. The click of the girl's heels on the wooden floor came to an end when she got to the counter, and she perched herself on the stool. "Hi," Kelly said when she moved across to her. "Well, hello," the girl replied, and let out a hushed laugh. Kelly felt the flutter of excitement really taking hold as she stared at the sweetest smile she'd ever seen. At least, that's the thought that flashed through her mind. The sight of it brought alive nerves that weren't entirely unexpected, and she cleared her throat before speaking. "What would you like?" she asked. Her question elicited another seductive laugh that drew her in. "Oh, I can think of plenty of things I'd like from you," the girl said mischievously. "But perhaps I should keep them to myself and stick with having a drink." "It's okay with me if you tell," Kelly shot back. "I'll keep that in mind," the girl said and laughed. "Vodka and orange is what I'll have to drink." "Coming right up," Kelly said. She moved off to make the drink and glanced across to her work colleague when she was finished. Haley was looking through her coursework and paying no real attention to what was going on, though. That suited Kelly fine, and she moved back to a pretty customer. "There you go," she said when she put the glass down on the counter. "Would you like one yourself?" the girl asked. "I can't while I'm working," Kelly replied. "The boss doesn't like it." The girl picked up the glass and brought it to her lips. "Maybe later, then," she said before taking a sip. The comment brought a smile to Kelly's face, and she found herself hoping something might actually happen between them. "I'm Savannah," the girl said when she put the glass down. Kelly introduced herself and eagerly took the hand held out to her. She was in no hurry to let go, and it was Savannah who finally extracted her hand from the grip and carried on the conversation. "So, what time do you finish work?" The question was definitely a sign of interest, and Kelly felt the ripple of her pulse quickening when she answered. 11 o'clock. "Not long, then," Savannah said after a glance at her watch. "Nope," Kelly replied. "I'm free to do whatever I want then." A smile flashed across Savannah's face, and the flirty conversation continued to flow easily between them. It meant the minutes until the end of Kelly's shift in the bar passed by in a flash, and she walked across to Haley when the hands of the clock hit 11. "That's me finishing for the day," she said. "Okay," Haley replied. "I'll see you tomorrow." "Yeah, enjoy your studying," Kelly said before walking back across to Savannah. "That's me free as a bird now," she told her new friend. Savannah picked up her drink to finish it and smiled when she put the glass down. "There's nothing stopping you having a drink then."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?